At the final stage of her journey, Anisha was no longer haunted by the pain of the past as she once was. Instead, she learned to slow down, listen to her emotions, and appreciate the present. Although her love for Lucas still remained, she no longer searched in desperation but believed that everything would happen at the right time. Anisha continued her life with greater calmness and maturity. She worked hard, maintained good habits, and occasionally returned to familiar places as a way of preserving beautiful memories. To her, love was no longer about holding on, but about understanding and acceptance. She realized that sometimes letting go is not giving up, but giving both people a chance to heal. If they were meant to be, they would meet again in a more complete way. If not, those memories would always remain a meaningful part of her life. The story gently closes with a message. True love is not only about being together, but also about growth after pain. And sometimes, happiness is learning how to love the right way, whether that person is beside you or not. In the next part, the story opens a new perspective on Anisha's journey after all the events. She no longer lived only with the hope of finding Lucas again, but began to understand more deeply the value of forgiveness, not only forgiving others, but also herself. The mistakes of the past that once caused her pain now became lessons that helped her grow stronger. Anisha gradually realized that true love is not about perfection, but about the ability to overcome pain and continue trusting. She opened her heart to life, embraced new things, and was no longer afraid to face her true emotions. Although Lucas was still an important part of her heart, she no longer let the longing control her entire life. One day, they might meet again. Or maybe not. But what matters is that Anisha learned how to love in the right way, with sincerity, patience, and understanding. The story conveys a message that sometimes the ending is not the most important thing, but the journey of change and growth is what truly matters. At the final stage of the story, Anisha's journey was no longer about finding Lucas at all costs, but about finding herself. She understood that past pain was not meant to be forgotten, but to learn and grow from it. The days of suffering and regret gradually gave way to peace and acceptance. Anisha began living a more balanced life. She spent time on her work, her friends, and herself. She learned to love herself, something she had never truly understood before. Although Lucas still lived in her heart, she no longer held on to the past or blamed herself. Instead, she kept the memories as a precious part of her life. She believed that if their love was strong enough, they would meet again under better circumstances when both were more mature and ready. If not, she was still grateful for having experienced a sincere love. Anisha also realized that life always moves forward, and everyone has a chance to start again. No one is perfect, but everyone can learn from their mistakes. Those stumbles made her stronger and more profound. The story ends with a gentle yet meaningful message. Happiness is not only about finding someone to love, but also about understanding your own value and knowing how to move forward. And sometimes letting go is not losing something, but opening a new door to the future. In the final part, the story closes with a feeling that is both hopeful and unfinished. Anisha continued her journey to find Lucas, but now it was no longer driven by desperation, but by a lasting belief in love. She understood that some things in life cannot be rushed, and true feelings need time to heal and return. Even though she did not know whether they would meet again, Anisha chose to move forward with an open heart. She was no longer afraid of the past or avoided her mistakes. Instead, she carried the lessons of trust, listening, and understanding to live better each day. The image of Anisha continuing to search for Lucas became a symbol of perseverance and sincerity. She believed that if they were meant to be, they would meet again someday, somewhere, when both were ready. The story closes, but also opens a new hope. Not only hope for love, but also the belief that after everything, people can grow, forgive, and begin again, no matter how long the journey may be. Anisha Hart was a young woman living a very busy life, always focused on her work. One morning, while rushing to the office, she almost had an accident at a crosswalk. Fortunately, a young man named Lucas quickly pulled her back, saving her just in time. That unexpected encounter led Anisha to his small, cozy bookshop, a place filled with books and the comforting aroma of coffee. From that moment on, her heart slowly began to change. In the following days, Anisha could not stop thinking about Lucas and returned to the bookshop. Their simple conversations gradually became deeper, helping them understand each other more. Friendship quickly grew into love. Lucas was warm, gentle, and always made her feel special. Not long after, he confessed his feelings, and Anisha happily accepted. Their love continued to grow, and Lucas eventually proposed to her. Deeply moved, Anisha said yes without any hesitation. On their wedding day, everything seemed perfect. However, just before the ceremony, Anisha received a mysterious letter slipped under her door. With no time to read it, she put it aside and continued enjoying her happiness. The wedding went beautifully, and she believed she was stepping into a wonderful new chapter of her life. But a few days later, another letter appeared, containing shocking accusations and photos of Lucas, leaving Anisha in pain and confusion. After learning the full truth, Anisha fell into deep regret. She realized that by hastily believing anonymous letters and not giving Lucas a chance to explain, she had destroyed the love of her life. Memories of Lucas, the warm bookshop, and their happy moments flooded back, causing her heart to ache. She decided to return to Portland, where everything began, hoping to find Lucas and apologize. Every street and corner reminded her of the past. She searched everywhere but found no clear trace of him. The old shop owner told her that Lucas often returned to the place where the bookshop once stood, silently waiting. He had said that if anyone came looking for him, they should be told that he was sorry and still loved her. This made Anisha even more heartbroken, realizing he had never stopped loving her. Despite the difficult and hopeless journey, she refused to give up. Now, she became the one who waited, just as Lucas once had. The story ends with an open ending. Not a conclusion, but the beginning of a new journey of forgiveness, growth, and true love. After everything, Anisha learned to face herself. She was no longer the impulsive girl who easily believed unverified things. Instead, she became stronger and more mature, understanding that love requires trust and communication. Even though she had not found Lucas, she held on to one clear belief: she would not give up. Each day, she continued living her life while revisiting places filled with memories. She hoped that one day, fate would bring them back together. To her, finding Lucas was not only about apologizing, but also about fixing her mistake and protecting the love she once lost. Anisha understood that some wounds take time to heal, but if love still exists, there is always a chance to start again. She chose to wait patiently, just as Lucas once waited for her. The story carries a message of forgiveness, faith, and hope. That love sometimes gets lost, only to find its way back in a more mature form. After a long and seemingly hopeless search, Anisha realized that this journey was not only about finding Lucas, but also about healing herself. She learned to accept her past mistakes and stopped blaming herself, choosing instead to live better each day. Although she still missed Lucas, the pain no longer broke her. It became her motivation to move forward. She began to open her heart to life again, focusing on her work, building new relationships, and appreciating those around her. Yet deep in her heart, she still kept a special place for Lucas, an unfinished but sincere love. She believed that if they were truly meant to be, they would meet again at the right time. No longer rushing, she chose patience and trusted fate. She understood that love sometimes needs time to grow strong enough to overcome misunderstandings. Even with an uncertain future, Anisha held on to hope. She knew that whether or not she found Lucas again, she had become a better version of herself. And sometimes what matters most is not the ending, but what we learn on the journey of love and growth.